Thanks for inviting us in at 6 o'clock, and we begin tonight with new details about a longtime basketball coach at Taylor High School in Kokomo. Tonight, court documents reveal that Randy Sullivan, also known as Scott, had an intimate relationship with one of his players. Our Chase Howell has been following this story since last week. So, Chase, how is the school responding tonight?
This morning, Superintendent Steve Deshawn addressed just that. He says new protocols and restrictions are being put in place in hopes that this doesn't happen again.
Is there a policy in place for that?
Superintendent Deshawn was fielding questions from parents Friday morning, many of them concerning the safety of their children after Randy Scott Sullivan, the now former varsity girls basketball coach, was arrested for allegedly grooming and having an inappropriate relationship with one of his players. Court documents say Sullivan would always take the teenager to and from practice and school events, something Deshawn says will no longer be accepted or tolerated for any staff member to do unless there's an emergency.
Practices one-on-one or lessons one-on-one will not happen at the school, so there will be no breaking out the shooting machine and taking up shots. There won't be any musical lessons that are one-on-one. All lessons, all group activities will be in groups.
According to court documents, during those car rides, the girl says Sullivan would tell her she's pretty, but then she claims he started touching her. And as I learned last week, this is textbook grooming behavior.
The person in a position of trust tells an inappropriate joke, and the child doesn't immediately run and tell their parents. Well, the coach knows that that's okay, or the teacher knows that that's okay. And so they just start to push those boundaries with the child. And as long as it's not reported, as long as the child doesn't seem uncomfortable with it or resistant to it, it becomes easier to take that next step and that next step and that next step.
Deshawn also talked to parents about additional trainings Taylor School staff and students will undergo in addition to the new set of guidelines.
We need to help students understand what is appropriate, what's inappropriate, and then we need to also let them understand the see something, say something policy that we have is a way for them to identify things that they feel are a little bit off.
Parents like Mindy Fleener left the morning meeting feeling reassured that their kids are going to be okay.
My children have been here forever. I went here. I do not think that it's a bad school. I think this happens everywhere. It doesn't matter whether it's our school, it doesn't matter, if it's a home, this stuff happens everywhere.
That was Chase Howell reporting for us. Tonight, Sullivan is facing several charges, including sexual battery. And at last check, he's being held right now at the Howard County Jail on a $50,000 bond. Tonight, police in Jasper County just arrested a man and woman after bone fragments were discovered in the yard of a home in Wheatfield. Stephen Valley and Samantha Sabella tonight are charged with murder, neglect of a dependent, abuse of a corpse, and failure to report a dead body. Police are telling us that cadaver dogs discovered the bones after someone called 911 confessing to killing their two children and burning their bodies in a backyard fire pit. Tonight, we're now working to find out when those two suspects are expected to appear in court. Angela?
Scott, it's been a warm Friday for central Indiana, and temperatures are still close to 80 at this hour. 78 Morris Reservoir, 78 Bunker Hill, 79 degrees in Carmel. Friday night football forecast spectacular. It'll be dry. Kickoff temperatures in the mid-70s by the fourth quarter. Mid-60s, so you might need a sweatshirt toward the end of the game. Speaking of games, Ball State hosting Western Michigan in Muncie. It's a 2 p.m. kick with temperatures mid-70s to start, but we're expecting highs in the low to mid-80s. We're also expecting some showers down in Jacksonville. The Colts play the Jags Sunday at 1.
Angela, thanks so much. Tonight, 3 teenagers are behind bars after a police pursuit on the west side of Indy. Those teens tonight accused of multiple robberies that took place overnight, including one on 16th Street. Our Marion County reporter Lauren Kostick tonight shares the information that helped police find these young suspects.
A chaotic scene Friday morning that started after a string of robberies on the west side. Police believe 3 teens are responsible.
Thursday late evening, early Friday morning, there was an incident in which officers alerted other district officers to possible robberies.
Witnesses and license plate readers ultimately helping officers track down the suspect's car Friday morning. When they tried to pull it over, the suspects inside took off, leading to a police chase. At one point, the suspect's car crashed into another vehicle at 38th and Georgetown, and then crashed again just up the road. 2 teens were arrested on the spot, and another took off before being caught by a drone and canines. Officers located 1 firearm at the scene, but believe more were involved.
We will keep our options open to if these individuals were tied to any other robbery attempts or any other criminal activity.
Right now, robbery detectives are still searching for evidence and video at these multiple scenes. They ask anyone with information to contact IMPD or Crime Stoppers. In Indianapolis, Lauren Kostick, 13 News.
Indianapolis leaders just announced the final round of funding for local organizations that work to address root causes of gun violence. This is the 6th round of these elevation grants, splitting more than $9 million between 51 nonprofits. That money all coming from the American Rescue Plan and going to build groups that build up their community. So one of the recipients in this final round is the Children's Policy and Law Initiative of Indiana. That nonprofit plans to use the money to reach out to kids with gun violence prevention programs and conflict resolution courses. Tonight at 6, we've now learned the names of the 2 people who were killed in that murder-suicide on the east side of Indy. Police tonight are telling us the daughter of Claudia Perez Lopez and Juan Perez Mendez called officers to their home near 30th and Midhofer after hearing gunshots in their garage. It is the latest domestic violence death to hit our city. We've got Anna Chalker, who joins us tonight with the work that one local organization is doing to put a stop to it. Anna?
Well, Scott, the city's domestic violence group told me that we are already past last year's number of domestic-related homicides. And like you said, the one last night, that just unfortunately adds to that total this year. Police say Juan shot himself and killed himself and Claudia at their home on the east side. Their adult daughter told investigators the 2 were arguing since the afternoon and called police once she heard those gunshots coming from the garage. Danette Smith with Indy Champions, the city's group, says October is when domestic violence cases start to rise, and she tells us they want to get resources out now before any more deaths happen.
That phone call is the first step. You are not alone in this, and just reaching out to an advocate to just say, this is what I'm going through, what services are available, can be a life changer. It can literally save a life.
Smith says those resources this month are both for victims, survivors, friends, and family. Now, we've compiled several of those resources on our website. You can head there right now. We have a link with all of those right now.
All right, Anna Chalker, thanks so much for that update. Tonight at 6, the Marion County Coroner is now asking for your help identifying a man whose decomposed body was discovered at a home near 34th and Emerson. Police made that discovery Monday, saying the man had been shot. And tonight, the coroner's office is releasing images of some of the items that man was wearing in hopes of identifying him. So they're telling us that he was wearing black shorts, black and white Nikes, a black ring, and a pendant with a woman's photo and the phrase, "Forever us, never them," written on it. So if you have any information about the man's identity, please call the coroner's office immediately. Indiana Task Force 1 is back at work tonight cleaning up the devastation in North Carolina after Hurricane Helene moved through. Right now, they're combing through piles of debris in the western part of North Carolina. Indiana Task Force 1 had a few visitors, too. The FEMA administrator came to survey the damage, along with NBC's Al Roker. Angela?
We were dealing with Helene last weekend. This weekend, warm, low to mid 80s, but we go from 80s to highs in the 60s in the 7-day.
Look at this weather. It's time for Operation Football. Dom, are you ready?
I am so ready, man. This is what it's all about. Beautiful day for football in the state of Indiana. We got some great food waiting for us, too.
Oh, we do. It's Hamilton Heights. We'll tell you while we're here. A very special moment coming up here on 13.
Plus, a bittersweet moment for a local restaurant featured on Food Network tonight. We want you to see how the family behind Pa and Ma's Backyard Barbecue are using this opportunity to remember their loved one they recently lost. That's next.